Faithfully conveying value, interpreting great books worldwide. Hello, this is Sally's Book Talk. Today, we're interpreting the book Don't Wait Until After Graduation for you. As a college student, you might be new to university life, feeling confused about how to start this new chapter. You might be heavily involved in campus clubs, but struggling to balance academics, caught in a dilemma, or perhaps facing the choice between grad school and employment, losing sleep over the decision. Of course, you'll likely encounter more challenges, friendships, relationships, and so on. The book we're discussing today can help answer these questions for you. The author, Uncle Qiuye, originally Zhang Ji, first gained fame as creator of NetEase Cloud Classroom's most popular course, Learn PPT with Qiuye, China's top PPT expert. Actually, Zhangzi is an associate professor at Wuhan Institute of Technology, director of its Student Innovation Center, and founder of Qiuye Qingyu Volunteer Team. He interacts nightly with students nationwide via public accounts, addressing their concerns. So what advice does Uncle Qiuye offer college students in this book? I'll explain in three parts. First, how to study efficiently for maximum results. Second, how to enhance future social competitiveness. Third, how to make decisions at life's crossroads. Let's begin with the first question. How can college students study efficiently for maximum results? Many feel overwhelmed in college, juggling major courses, club activities, class leadership roles, making up for lost fun from high school, and possibly squeezing in romance. By semester's end, previously good students might barely pass or even fail courses. So, how can you balance academics with other commitments? The author offers four suggestions. First, master self-directed learning. Self-learning is a crucial lifelong skill and central to your college development. For example, when self-studying a course, use this five-step method. First, analyze context. Consult teachers or seniors or research online to evaluate required time, prerequisites, and suitability for self-study. Step 2. Pinpoint the problem by identifying the challenges in self-learning. For example, whether course materials are easy to find, if your knowledge base is sufficient, and if you lack perseverance, etc. Step 3. Propose countermeasures by finding solutions to the problems. For instance, whether you need to sign up for an online course or find a study buddy for mutual supervision. Step 4, implement actions. You need to draft a study plan and strictly implement it down to each month, week, and even day. Step 5, evaluate effectiveness. For example, you need to regularly check if you're studying according to plan and whether you're achieving the desired outcomes. This self-learning mindset can be applied to learning all kinds of knowledge like piano, painting, public speaking, stock trading, etc. Once you possess systematic self-learning skills, then in future work and life, no matter what challenges you face, they can be solved smoothly. Second, learn efficient learning. Time is fair. How to learn more in limited time depends on each person's learning efficiency. The author believes all knowledge can be divided into core knowledge, hard knowledge, and soft knowledge. Those with high learning efficiency must have mastered solid core knowledge. So, what is core knowledge? It refers to the thinking framework for solving problems in a field. It explains why things are the way they are, rather than just telling you what they are. For example, someone who wants to study history can't just memorize facts by rote. So, only by mastering various historical perspectives and methods for examining historical evidence can one conduct independent research. Regrettably, most people invest a lot of effort into technical hard knowledge, meaning rote memorization of subject facts. These facts are easily forgotten after memorization and don't improve learning efficiency or ability. Soft knowledge refers to experiential knowledge gained through social practice, internships, and club activities. This is knowledge acquired at the practical level, applying hard and core knowledge. Therefore, the author suggests that college students should focus on studying, read more theoretical classics in their major, learn the thinking methods of great figures and masters, and solidify their core knowledge. Once you have a holistic view of the subject in mind, not only will your thinking ability improve significantly, but your learning efficiency will also greatly increase. Third, learn how to ask effective questions. What is effective questioning? For example, some students often start by asking others questions like, should I take the graduate school entrance exam? Or should I try to win back my girlfriend? Such questions not only confuse the person being asked, but also don't give the asker the desired answer right away. College students, whether in school or later in society, will definitely have many questions to ask teachers, colleagues, and leaders for help. Regarding questioning, the author suggests you follow these steps. First step, search online using different keywords or go to the library to find information and see if you can get the answer you need. Second step, if the question isn't urgent, go to QA websites to find experts to answer it. Third, if the question is urgent, find a suitable person and ask directly, but judge whether this person is a professional authority in the field. Fourth step, before asking, introduce yourself. Fifth step, specifically describe the context of the problem. Otherwise, you'll get vague answers. Sixth step, be prepared for rejection. After all, no one is obligated to answer you. Once you master questioning skills, you'll find you can gain the knowledge you want more and more quickly. Of course, questioning isn't an excuse for laziness. You should still try to find answers yourself first as much as possible. Fourth, learn how to acquire information. Undoubtedly, in today's era, those who master information hold the initiative. And this ability to acquire information should be cultivated from college days. The author uses career choice as an example to provide you with 5 ways to acquire information. First type, search for industry overview articles to understand their value chain. Second type, search major forums for discussions about the industry to understand its culture. Third type, search for related job postings to understand employment and position situations in the industry. Fourth type, use platforms like Weibo, WeChat, etc. to learn about networking information in the industry. Fifth type, read extensively on the industry's related books to build their knowledge system. Through these 5 ways, you can gain a comprehensive understanding of the industry or position you're interested in the shortest time. As long as you can draw analogies, these methods can also be applied to many other areas. Once you develop such abilities, they will be extremely helpful for your future work. All right, we've covered the first question. Let's summarize. How can college students make their studies twice as effective? First, master self-directed learning through the 5-step thinking method. Second, learn efficient learning. The key is mastering solid core knowledge. Third, learn to ask effective questions. Before asking, follow the author's 6-step approach. This makes your questions clearer and more targeted, helping you get better answers. Finally, learn to acquire information. Master these 4 learning strategies to make your college studies twice as effective. Actually, for many Chinese students, their parents' only childhood requirement was to study hard. So for many college students, studying might not be hard, but entering society requires more than just academic skills. Therefore, make full use of your college years to enhance your future social competitiveness. This way, after graduation, you can better integrate into society. Thriving in the workplace is what we'll discuss today. The second issue, the author believes enhancing social competitiveness requires improving work coordination skills. Second, learning to resolve conflicts with others. Third, enhancing job hunting skills. College students improve work coordination abilities through two avenues: joining clubs and work study programs. For example, in club work, new members often handle extremely trivial tasks. Never underestimate these small tasks. They genuinely train your organizational abilities. Take setting up a conference venue. Without experience, you might only know to make a banner, but how to actually do it, you're clueless at first. But with experience, banner tasks immediately trigger specific questions. Pass per meter, within budget, how much lead time needed? Hmm. Which campus dash area vendors make banners? Contact details. Do they provide installation? How to arrange? As your considerations become more specific, your organizational skills strengthen. As club or student council involvement deepens, workloads increase, responsibilities grow, eventually conflicting with academics. At this point, you also need to improve your time management skills. Because when you enter the workplace, everyone has to balance work, family, and friends. The situations you face now will inevitably happen in the future. The author believes the most crucial aspect of time management is to fully and reasonably utilize fragmented time. First, learn not to let trivial tasks interrupt your continuous thinking. Second, learn to break down tasks that require large blocks of time into smaller chunks that can be done using fragmented time. Third, ditch the habit of relying on big chunks of time to get work done. Train yourself to handle tasks with fragmented time. By doing these three things, your ability to manage affairs will surely level up. Besides joining clubs, work study programs are also an effective way to boost work coordination skills. Actually, no matter your family's financial situation, it's good for college students to earn some income through their own efforts and enrich their life experiences. The author thinks that even seemingly simple jobs like shelving books in the library or tutoring should be used to exercise your ability to handle tasks. Take tutoring as an example. Some tutors just follow the book rigidly with no structure or independent thoughts, while others put their heart into it. Break tutoring down into 5 steps to complete. Choose teaching materials, break down teaching units, arrange teaching interactions, assign homework, and conduct regular consolidation tests. Although everyone gets similar pay, students who take this job seriously will benefit more and go all out to help their students. So, the interactive process of boosting grades is also a way to enhance work coordination skills. In coordinating work and handling complex affairs, it's not always smooth sailing. You'll inevitably face conflicts with others. If you treat college life as a rehearsal for the future and learn to resolve conflicts, you'll grow into an emotionally intelligent and likable person. So, learning to resolve conflicts is also a must have course for boosting future social competitiveness. Take resolving conflicts with classmates as an example. Actually, many people only start living with so many others day and night in the same space after entering college. Uh, Back at home, parents would always accommodate you. But in student dorms, everyone needs to compromise with each other to live harmoniously. Maybe someone doesn't understand mutual respect and always infringes on your interests. So, for example, playing on your phone late at night in the dorm without silencing it, casually tossing garbage under the bed, or using your stuff without permission, thinking you're close friends, eventually leading to a direct conflict. Hmm? Hmm. Or maybe you just dislike someone, feeling upset whenever you see them. You'll encounter such situations now, and you'll face them later in society too. Therefore, when facing conflicts with classmates, here's what you can do. First, seek common ground while reserving differences. Don't force others to share your lifestyle or views. Confucius said, "The superior man is harmonious, but not conforming." For instance, if classmates have different opinions on something and you disagree, you can state your view, but shouldn't argue over it. If a roommate stays up late and sleeps in, you can agree on rules to not disturb each other and not dwell on it. So, second, learn to give others a way to save face. If you have an argument with a classmate, you can find a reason to talk to them afterwards. Um, for example, borrow a phone charger or ask for help with a homework problem, giving them a way to save face. Maybe next time they'll do the same for you, making you seem magnanimous and leaving yourself room. Third, if it's really awkward, the simplest way is to let time and distance resolve it. If ideals differ, don't conspire together. If you really dislike someone, don't force yourself to be polite. Just avoid them for a while, and things might change. In short, not just with classmates, but also with parents and friends, criticize less and reflect more on yourself. This makes it easier to calm down and see things from another perspective. Compared to club activities, work study, and maintaining relationships, for college students, job hunting is the most important application of task handling skills. So, how can you improve job hunting skills? The author suggests that during college, at minimum, you should prepare as follows. First, you need to write a good resume, which involves 4 steps. Step 1 is advanced preparation. This preparation isn't about the resume itself, but about accumulating experiences for it. From freshman year, consciously gather experiences in all areas. These will be material for your resume later. Of course, you also need to learn about resume formatting and even use PS to enhance your resume. Step 2 is to research carefully. Before submitting your resume, go to job sites to understand the hiring needs of target companies. Faithfully delivering value, interpreting great books worldwide. Hello, this is Sally's Book Talk. Today, I'll interpret this book for you called Don't Wait Until After Graduation. As a college student, you might be new to university life, feeling confused about how to start this new learning journey. You might be highly valued in campus clubs, but neglecting your studies, caught in a dilemma. Or perhaps facing the choice between grad school and employment, losing sleep over it. Of course, you might encounter more issues like friendships, love, and so on. The book we're discussing today can help answer these questions for you. The author, Uncle Qiuye, originally named Zheng Zi, first became well known as the creator of NetEase Cloud Classroom's most popular course, Learn PPT with Qiuye, making him China's top PPT expert. Actually, Zheng Zi is an associate professor at Wuhan Institute of Technology, director of its Student Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center, and founder of the Qiuye Qingyu volunteer team. He interacts nightly with students nationwide via public accounts, addressing their concerns. So, what advice does Uncle Qiuye have for college students in this book? I'll explain it to you in 3 parts below. First, how to study efficiently for maximum results. Second, how to enhance future social competitiveness. Third, how to make decisions at life's crossroads. Let's start with the first question. How can college students study efficiently for maximum results? After starting college, many feel busier than ever, juggling major courses, club activities, running for class positions, making up for lost fun from high school, and possibly squeezing in a romantic relationship. By the end of the first semester, even students who used to do well might barely pass or even fail some courses. So, how can you balance academics with daily activities without neglecting either? The author offers 4 suggestions. First, master self-directed learning. Self-learning is one of the most crucial lifelong skills and a key ability to focus on developing in college. For example, when self-studying a course, use this 5-step method. First, analyze the context. Ask teachers or seniors or research online to evaluate how long it takes, what prerequisites are needed, and if it's suitable for self-study. Second, switching majors. In fact, when facing this dilemma, many students choose a third path, using dislike for their major as an excuse to drift aimlessly. And why is that? This is because they confuse majors with hobbies. You should know that turning a hobby into a career is a luxury for 99% of people. A major isn't the same as a hobby. Regardless of whether you like it, a major requires rigorous training to become specialized and gain employment. So, once you understand this difference, you can adjust your mindset, cultivate interest in your major, and continue studying. Of course, a small number still dislike their major. The author reminds such students that constant complaining and avoidance won't solve anything. If you truly dislike your major, while you're new to college, calmly consider 5 questions. 1. Do I understand my current major? 2. Do I understand the major I want to switch to? 3. Which major better leverages my family's connections? 4. Which major has higher technical content and is less replaceable? 5. Which talent will society need more in 50 years? After deep reflection, decide whether to start the major switching process. Once decided, settle down and diligently study your chosen major. Second, should I pursue graduate school or start working? By junior or senior year, many students face another dilemma: grad school or employment. The author believes neither grad school nor employment is life's ultimate goal. The ultimate goal should be personal and family happiness, achieving life aspirations. Grad school and work are just paths toward that end. So, how can you improve decision making to make the right choice? Take pen and paper to analyze case by case. First, financial consideration. Can your family or yourself support 3 more years? Second, job market pressure. If opportunities abound, work first, then pursue grad school after working. Third, academic interest. If you lack interest in graduate studies and are just avoiding work, better to get employed. Fourth, admission difficulty. If the program is highly competitive and you refuse alternatives, better to consider employment first. No matter what problem you face, you can jot down the pros and cons on paper. It helps clear your mind. Once the trade-offs are clear, you can make a choice much easier. Scenario 3. Should I apply to companies or take the civil service exam? When you've got a Fortune 500 company offer in your left hand and a civil service job acceptance letter in your right, how do you choose? At this point, the author suggests using the assume loss method to weigh things. So, if I join a Fortune 500 company, I'd lose a cushy life, the freedom of fixed hours, low stress work, stable positions, and so on. If I become a civil servant, I'd lose broad promotion chances, high pay, unknown challenges, etc. Whichever loss you can't stand more and resist more naturally gives you the answer. Scenario 4. Should I job hunt or start a business? Lots of college students dream of entrepreneurship now. Society hypes up student startups, and the government gives green lights with laws and tax breaks, making many eager to jump in. If you're stuck between job hunting and starting up, try joining campus entrepreneurship contests first, then draft a business plan to help decide. You could also check if you've built solid connections in college, gained social know-how, or have family or friends who are experts in the field. Do you have ways to secure startup cash flow, etc.? For students who don't fully meet these 3 points, better to work first, build experience and connections, then start a business later. In this fast-changing world, thinking one good choice locks in lifelong happiness is naive. At life's crossroads, smart folks don't gither. They weigh pros and cons, make a bold choice, and work to make it solid. Talking this far, you might have gotten it. The author named the book Don't Wait Until After Graduation with deep care. Actually, don't wait until after graduation is an unfinished thought. Don't wait till then to find you haven't mastered efficient learning methods or boosted your social competitiveness. To learn making choices at life's forks and avoid post-grad regrets, start hustling now. That wraps up our interpretation of Don't Wait Until After Graduation. Study notes are below the audio. See you tomorrow.